right, thanks for still staying tuned. The concluding part of TMI comes your way right now. Quickly, I've got Dr. Brightence Ogiewmonyi with me in the studio, the MD CEO, Brightence Electronics International Limited. Many thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
And by the way, happy birthday in advance right now. Right?
Yes, thank you. Birthday's tomorrow.
Many happy returns.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's get straight to it. One of our sponsors, by the way, for independent television quiz and debate, inter-school quiz and debate competition that will be taking place on the 30th of June 2017. That's just in a few days from now. So quickly, let's talk about your new innovations.
All right. In Brightence Electronics Company International Limited, like I always tell people, it's a research establishment.
Okay.
It's a research establishment where we keep bringing in more innovative ideas and more technologies into the products.
Okay.
Now, in Brightence Electronics, we've now designed the 2017-2018 model of the Brightence inverters.
All right.
Now, the 2017-2018 model of Brightence inverter is out. Then we have also designed the 2017-2018 model of the Brightence alternator boosters. And now we are also manufacturing what we call Brightence stabilizers.
Wow.
Yes. So I want to let you know that the Brightence inverters, the 2018 model of the Brightence inverter, apart from the fact that Brightence inverter has thunderstorm resistant facilities, double system circuit breakers, double system cooling fans, and then the inverter, this 2018 inverter is the inverter that you can actually manipulate both the hardware and the software of the inverter. Okay. It has a soft touch buttons on the screen when you are using it. So I want to let you know that supposing you live in an area where you have low voltage, because in Nigeria our normal voltage is 220 to 240 volt. Then anything less than 200 volt is low voltage. Anything more than 240 volt is high voltage. So if you take a look at the screen, you will see that this one you are looking at is the analog inverter. It's not digital. While this one that you are seeing now on the screen is digital inverter. You can see the screen on the inverters. You can see how beautiful the finished work looks like. It doesn't look locally made.
At all.
Yes. So now this one you are looking at on the screen right now is the Brightence 2018 model of the Brightence inverter. You can see it has a 5-button soft touch button under the screen. Now this is the Brightence alternator booster, which we have also released the 2018 model of the Brightence alternator booster. Now this Brightence 2018 model of the inverter that you are looking at on the screen, it's an inverter that you can regulate both the hardware and the software of the inverter. It's an inverter that if you live in a place where you have low voltage and you want the inverter to be able to charge your battery, even when your low voltage is less than maybe 180 volt or 150 volt or 160 volt, you can choose to adjust the low voltage signal of the inverter to like even 100 volt. That will be as low like a candle light. As low as 90 volt, it will be able to charge your batteries for you. Then supposing you want to increase the high voltage signal and you live in a place where you have fluctuating voltage and you don't want something to damage your electronics, you can now increase the high voltage signal of the Brightence 2018 model of the inverter to like 250 volts or 260 volts or even 270 volts. And so that means the inverter will now be behaving like a stabilizer. So when there's a fluctuating voltage, the inverter will adjust it for you. You understand? So it doesn't damage the inverter, neither the electronics being powered by the inverter. You understand? Then that's one of the facilities of the 2018. Then again, in the 2018 model of the inverter, you can choose to increase the charging current. Let's assume you live in an area where you have 6 hours on from BDC, 3 hours off, or 3 hours on, 6 hours off, and you don't want to use generators to charge your inverter batteries. You don't want to use public power. You don't have the money yet to install a solar panel to charge the inverter batteries. Then you can now increase the charging current. When you increase the charging current, the inverter will be able to charge your battery between 3 to 5 hours is fully charged. But in order for people not to abuse the inverter by now trying to over-increase the charging current because you want your battery to be full in 30 minutes, which does not make sense, because the current going to the battery at the time, the cells, it will be over-increased and you can damage that battery. So in order for you not to do that, not to abuse the inverter, we will now put a password. So if you call our customer care and you say you want to increase your charging current for the inverter batteries, we will ask you how many batteries you have, why do you want to increase it. If you are not satisfied, we won't give you the password. Because at every given time we give you the password, once you increase the charging current, you can't go back another time again to increase it on your own without calling us. It's a way to maintain and control the product.
Every time there is a new password to increase.
Yes, every time there's a new password.
Wow.
Yes, every time there's a new password. Or then sometimes our customer will tell us, okay, just set it for us at installation. We can set it the way you want it at installation, and then you cannot be able to manipulate it except you call us because you have the password. You tell us what you want. At installation, we'll do it for you. Now, the Brightence inverter is an inverter that if you buy maybe the 1.5 kVA inverter, either the digital or the analog inverter, as the case may be, and then maybe that digital rates like a 1.5 kVA or the hybrid 800 VA. If you buy those smaller inverters, it's an inverter that will power your basic electronics, 2 to 3 television, 2 to 3 or 4 ceiling fans, your sound system, your laptop, your basic electronics. Then let's assume after some years or after some months, you now have the money for the one that will power your deep freezer, which is a 3 kVA that can carry 1 deep freezer, 4 to 5 television, 4 to 5 ceiling fans or lighting points. Then if you want to iron with the inverter, you must use the Brightence alternator booster. That's what you're looking at on the screen, to iron with the inverter. Then I want to let you know that let's assume after some months or after some years, you now have the money for the next higher kVA. You can return the one you were using before. We calculate how many years or how many months you'll be using the previous one, and then we upgrade it for you. You pay the difference. We strike at the balance. You pay the money. We upgrade it for you. Or maybe you are not able to introduce. You don't have the money to upgrade it, and you are able to introduce 6 customers to come and buy the Brightence inverters. Then we will now give you the next higher kVA upgrade for free. If you have a 3 kVA and you're able to introduce 6 people to come and buy the Brightence inverter, we will give you the 6 kVA that can pump your borehole. And all our inverters from 6 kVA and above are industrial inverters. They will power your borehole, your AC, your more deep freezers. They can carry borehole of 3 horsepower borehole. And if you see the way the Brightence inverter will be able to pump that borehole, you will be convinced in your heart that your generator will not be able to pump the borehole within that short period of time. Because the inverter is very rugged and is very industrial. And it's not something that you will pay today and say you want it today. It's not possible. Okay. If you want anything from 6 kVA, you make deposit, and the money must be paid into the company's account that bears Brightence Electronics Company. Okay. Not to anybody individual account, not even into my personal account. Then you come to the office, we give you a receipt to acknowledge that yes, you've made this deposit, this is when your inverter will be ready. That's anything above 6 kVA. Okay. Then also, maybe if you cannot come to our office to take a receipt from us, we will send you a text message to acknowledge what you paid for and when the product will be ready. So you can have the text message in your phone like a document, pending when it is ready. Okay. Then you now pay the balance and carry your inverter. Then I want to let you know that apart from this Brightence inverter, we are now designing what we call the 2018 model of the Brightence alternator booster. And the Brightence alternator booster is something that if you don't want your generator to get damaged on time, you need to buy the Brightence alternator booster. Because at every given point in time when you plug your, what we call in physics, heat element materials, like your pressing iron, your boiling ring or ring boiler, your bread toaster or shawarma toaster, even your blender for tomatoes. Okay. Your blender for tomatoes has coil. Your generator has coil. Coil to coil effect will go back again to your gen. Over time, you will damage that generator. Because each time you also plug your pressing iron, this is the booster, the alternator booster that I'm talking about, which we now have the 2018 model of the Brightence alternator booster as you are seeing on the screen. Now, supposing maybe you plug your pressing iron on your generator, you will observe your gen will do this grrr, 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 dragging sound. Drag, yes. That dragging sound your gen is making, you're actually straining the bearing in the gen, the shaft in the gen, the pistons in your gen, the alternator in that gen. Then the gen will now be making more noise, wasting more fuel, bringing out more smoke. Eventually the generator will pack up. Then they will tell you to go and buy half engine. So imagine buying half engine in the resection that we are, and you buying the Brightence alternator booster, which is cheaper. The booster, the small one is 8,500. Okay. The big booster is 14,500. Right. So because of 8,500 or 14,500, you go and damage your generator. Does that make sense? And that's why we're also talking about that the Brightence Electronics Company, we just released the Brightence stabilizer. The Brightence stabilizer is a stabilizer that the world has never seen before. It's a stabilizer that is interactive. It's a complete digital LED displaying stabilizer. It's a stabilizer that if you want to use it, you will connect it to your prepaid meter. When your current is coming from the prepaid meter, it enters the stabilizer, it engages the first transformer. Then by the time the current is leaving that transformer, it engages the second transformer inside the same stabilizer. And by the time it is entering your house, you will have your normal voltage. Okay. And this Brightence stabilizer has automatic voltage regulator inbuilt on it. That's the AVRO. It's a stabilizer that even if you live in a place with low voltage, it will be able to give you the full voltage that you need. And then you can install it to power your entire house. Right. You understand? But if you want the Brightence stabilizer, you will have to come to our office, tell us the kVA that you want, make a deposit, and then we produce it between 2 weeks to 1 month. It will be ready, because we don't have the money now to mass produce it. And then when you come, you buy, you purchase.
It's produced on demand.
On demand. The inverter is produced on demand. Okay. So it's not something that we have ab initio before you come to the office. No, you make your demand, you make your deposit, you give you a receipt for it. Then in 2 to 4 weeks, it will be ready. You pick up your Brightence stabilizers.
Okay. All right. Quick one. Where's Brightence Electronics located? Just in case someone is watching for the very first time. Quickly.
Yes, Brightence Electronics Company International Limited is located at number 30 Federal Government Guest College Road. Number 30 Federal Government Guest College Road near UBTH, Ugbowo, Benin City. And if you are coming to our office, we have office hours. Our office hours are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 o'clock to 3 p.m. prompt. But if you want to meet me in person in the office, you have to come between 11 o'clock and 2:30 p.m. prompt. You will meet me in person in the office.
All right. Okay. At this point, I'm going to say thank you so much for being on TMI this morning, and also thank you for your support to the independent television and radio inter-school quiz and debate competition. Thanks a lot.